completed the construction of my burrow, and it seems to be successful. It is secured as safely as anything in this world can be secured. And yet, anyone could make his way in and destroy everything for good. And my enemies are countless. Anything could happen. Not even my exit could save me from them. Indeed, in all probability, it would not save me in any case, but rather betray me. Yet it is a hope, and I cannot live without it. The most beautiful thing about my burrow is its stillness. Of course, that's deceptive. At any moment, it might be shattered and all would be over. Not quite in the center of the burrow, carefully chosen to serve as a refuge, lies the chief cell. Castle Keep was fashioned by the most arduous of labor. For such tasks, the only tool I possess is my forehead, so I had to run with my forehead thousands and thousands of times for whole days and nights against the ground, and I was glad when the blood came, for it was proof that the walls were beginning to harden. In the Castle Keep, I assemble my stores. There are times when I am so well provided for that in my indifference to food I never even touch the smaller fry that scuttle about the burrow, which, however, is probably imprudent of me. With all of my stores in the Castle Keep, I usually enjoy periods of tranquility, until at last I can no longer restrain myself, and one night rush to the Castle Keep, mightily fling myself upon my stores, and glut myself with the best I can seize, until I am completely gorged. Oh, happy but dangerous hours are these. Anyone who knew how to exploit them could destroy me with ease and without risk. Whenever I go out, I am both exasperated and touched when, as sometimes happens, I lose myself for a moment in my own maze. But finally, I cautiously raise the trapdoor, slip outside, and fly as fast as I can from that treacherous spot. I seek out a good hiding place and keep watch on the entrance of my burrow. Call it foolish if you like. It gives me infinite pleasure, and it reassures me. On occasion, I have been seized by the childish desire never to return to the burrow again, but to settle down somewhere close to the entrance, to pass my life watching the entrance, and gloat perpetually upon reflection. What does this perfection I am looking at here from outside amount to, after all? But eventually I leave my post of observation and find I have had enough of this outside life. I feel that there's nothing more I can learn here, either now or any time, and I long to say goodbye to everything up here. However, I find great difficulty in summoning the resolution to carry out the actual descent, which might easily draw anyone's attention. I rush about in broad daylight, resolved to raise the door and descend, and yet I cannot, and I rush past it and fling myself into a thorn bush as a punishment. Until finally, too exhausted to be any longer capable of thought, my head hanging, my legs trembling with fatigue, half asleep, feeling my way rather than walking, I slowly descend, leaving the door open in my distraction. Only in this state, and in this state alone, can I achieve my descent. I have returned from a journey dog-tired with my wanderings, but the sight of the old house, the thought of all the things that are waiting to be done, the necessity at least to cast a glance at all of the rooms, but above all, to make my way immediately to the Castle Keep, all of this transforms my fatigue into ardent zeal. An almost inaudible whistling noise wakened me. I recognized what it was immediately, of course, the small fry, whom I had allowed far too much latitude. I start my investigations. The same whistling meets me here too. Of course, it's really nothing to worry about, but what could the explanation be? The small fry, of course. The noise I hear is simply the small fry. And yet, I cannot suddenly begin to hear now a thing that I've never heard before, though it's always been there. It is of the very nature of the small fry not to be heard. The noise seems to have become louder. Not much louder, of course, here's always the matter of the subtlest shades, but all the same sufficiently louder for the ear to hear it clearly. I've found nothing. All that remains is for me to assume the existence of a great beast. I assume the beast is encircling me and has made several circles around my burrow already. But all remains unchanged.